5 to 1. Pretty nice, done a bit of head work on it, clean piston, top of the roof, actually took up the exhaust port, I widened it and took it probably up a mil, if that. Intake ports were cleaned up, again I opened them up a bit, deburred it, use a rubberized bit on the inside of the cylinder, make sure nothing's going to cascade the piston ring. Hey, it works. There was a problem with this initially, it wouldn't fire, it wouldn't spark. I had another coil, I thought initially the coil was faulty. I managed to fit another coil on it, still the same. I actually took the back end off, took all this off, and underneath there is a contact breaker. It's quite old technology. So the contacts weren't making good connection. I actually sanded in between the contacts, and since then the spark is now there. So yeah, hence it starts, it fires, and it's alive. Got a good deal. Car boot jobby. Actually, it's been sat in the shed for a long time, from what the guy tells me. But relatively, it's not really been used. If I'm honest with you, it looks really clean. It was missing, I'll show you, it was missing, well, I say it was missing, it probably perished, the fuel line coming out of it. This silver cap you see was completely missing. Luckily I had Kawasaki hedge trimmer, I forget the model, but hey, I dremeled the hole bigger, made it fit, bit of silicone. See, it's not pretty, but it works. Now I've got a bulb, I can pour some fuel into the carb. But relatively, I wasn't too impressed with the power. Initially I started it up, because it's been sat for some time, I did put a lot of fuel inside and run it over without. But it's been sat for so long, I mean, if you can imagine the air filter that sits on top of this chamber here, I'll try and show you. There was a sponge air filter on here, but literally as I tried to take it out, it just completely disintegrated in my hand. So you can imagine how long this motor's been sat for, quite for some time. So yeah, I'm quite glad that it's running. I think it was a brush car originally. I mean, it's got a twin strimmer head on it. Try and get a good view on that. Turn it around. So it's got a strimmer head. I mean, it's probably original from back in the day, or maybe someone else put this in, but yeah, it's pretty good. There's quite a bit of it left in there, but you'll notice normally on a strimmer, this strimmer will meet and cut actually where it needs to be, but on this case you can quite clearly see that it doesn't actually reach it. So I noticed when it was when the string was out quite a bit, it wouldn't turn many RPMs, but that was before I took it apart, cleaned it. I upped the exhaust port timing a little bit, I cleaned it all up. I cleaned the car, rebuilt that. But yeah, now I cut it down to size, the strimmer, and yeah, it seems to turn, they say it should turn 8,000 RPM, I think it pretty much does that, if not a bit more. But But yeah, I'm just running it in really after the work that I've done. It is running a bit rich, that's why the RPM is a bit high. Turn it down a bit. Yeah, it seems to be running pretty cool now. No problems at all. And it's a Robin NB16. It is an MB16F. You probably can't see it too well, but take my word for it. It's above the serial number icing. Quite an old model. It's from Japan. It's only 16cc. But I really would like to get a tune pipe for it, just for the hell of it, and replace the stock muffler, stock exhaust. But really, in general terms, it's really in good condition. I'll try and get some close looks for you guys. It is really in good nick. This is the Dona Kawasaki head trimmer. You can see here. Actually, this felt pretty powerful. I did try to put the carburetor, which was a hell of a lot bigger than the one on the Robin. I mean, it's probably 50%, if not more, and it's very well port matched. On the Robin, there's actually a plastic insert that sort of port matches it to a round hole on the carb. It's a bit different. But yeah, ideally I would have liked this. I did trial fit this. It was getting an air leak because it didn't line up properly with the Gibbons that was on it. But there you go, there's just a few spare bits from the Kawasaki. But no, the Robin. Shame it's dark. Sorry, it's dark. It's quite late here. It's 9 o'clock now. But quite a long garden, so I thought fuck it, no one could really hear it, so I'll just start it up, let it run a tank, the bedding, the new mods that I've done, just make sure there's no issues, and just try and, I needed to retune it after doing the head work, which is quite normal. But yeah, no, it's running really well now. It's still running. Pretty good. I mean, everything on this unit works. The kill switch, as simple as it is, it actually grounds the coil and then it just stops. So I'll show you right now. There you go, nice and easy. This is a Robin NF, no, NB16F. I'm actually quite impressed. You wouldn't believe if I told you I paid £7 for this, but like I say, it was missing all of this, and it's been sat for a while, so it just needed a bit of TLC really. But there is a red cover that goes on the cylinder head. I've not yet put that on. I just wanted access to the head so I can see how the tuning was. I mean, there's the red cap that sits on the head. Excuse the fingers. So this is the red cap, sits on the head. And it's actually and this plastic is actually what covers the air filter housing. There should be a filter in there, but I'm not too concerned. I don't have a particularly dusty garden. It's just grass, as you can probably just about make out. So yeah, it seems pretty cool. I have a crappier model than this, which I paid £7 for as well. But the beauty of this, it has a strap, and it seems the double-sworded blade, as it were, double-edged blade, can make things easier. But I mean, this is what I've been using previously. It's a McCulkin 21cc. Again, this was a non-runner when I got it. It had a safety cap over the. It's only got a high-end needle, one needle adjustment, and that was way off. Cleaned the carb, took the factory adjustment off, and yeah, adjusted that, and that's been working fine. But it's only got a single blade, but it's done me justice. It's quite short, so I mean, leaning over is a pain. After about half an hour of use, it can give you a backache. So that's why I chose to take a gamble with this. I'm glad I did. So if you ain't got no spark on your MB 16F Robin, or indeed any old school 2-stroke, I'll definitely check the contact breakers. Just make sure they're clean. I mean, I did use a multimeter to check for continuity, and there wasn't any when they were touching, so it's even if there is, I mean, just clean them up. I use really fine grit sandpaper to clean them up, and that's it. Hope you found this useful. Cheers. Any comments below, any questions, write it below. Thanks a lot.